Hey man, what's good? You here with the Victory Last Pod, man, episode 4. You feel me? We here at the AMP 16 Theater. We with Chef Tyler, my boy Mally Mal, bass behind the camera. So yeah, we just gonna do a walkthrough. Come on. So you feel me? We got the kitchen, of course, the grill, the stove.
Chef T.
What's up, y'all?
Talk to us. What you got for us today?
Caribbean jerk pasta with lamb chops.
Okay,
So yeah, for a treat.
Ooh,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little something.
Yeah.
Something slight.
And we've been in here for a while, you feel me, watching you do your thing. So
Yeah.
we already know what's about to happen.
Yeah, I got y'all.
I'm gonna tell you now, I'm hungry. For sure. I've been working hard all day.
You ready to eat?
I feel deserving.
I'm screaming.
For sure.
I'm about to go ahead and plate this up for y'all.
Ooh, you might want to catch him plated up.
Catch the lamb chops in action, though.
So, Chef T, what's your signature dish and how do you approach it? Talk to me.
My signature dish, I'll cook a lot of good food, but like I feel like brunch is like, I really enjoy making brunch for like my family, my friends. So French toast, I make a lot of French toast, different variations of it. My favorite to make is, we do a banana nut, like French toast type one. It's fire. And so I cook it on the news. I've cooked it on the news before, and so they loved it. So yeah, that would be like my signature dish.
Yeah, I like my French toast more than I do pancakes.
But I'm not really a big pancake person.
I used to be a pancake person, but now I'm French toast all the way. I don't know why.
So you know, most people got a preference on pancake versus waffles, but a lot of people say it's the same thing.
It's really the same batter.
Exactly.
But different
form, variation.
Yeah. It's not
for sure.
A waffle. I prefer, between a pancake, I'll take a waffle.
Yeah.
But it's not really a pancake. Can't see it.
Yeah,
no, it ain't no difference.
Now, a perfect pancake, I think a perfect pancake, right size, right color, right flow. Yeah. That motherfucker's gonna beat a waffle any day.
It's gonna be
waffles get hard.
They do, and waffles are you have to eat them right when you get it. You have to eat it right then and there. Yeah.
I feel that. But how often do you get that pancake?
Shit. Sometimes I be buying the pancakes that's already made, you feel me? You just throw them hoes right in the toaster.
Come on, man.
Or the microwave.
I'm screaming.
Come on, man.
Come on now. You can them Costco boys
You can take the time to make your
They got a little cinnamon sugar on them.
Yeah, they got a little something. You can, man, look.
You out of pocket.
I'm screaming.
But like you said, how many times will you get a perfect pancake
you
feel me? Straight from the
stove,
off the stove.
It's hard to do it, but it can be done. Y'all food is ready.
What you want us to carry it over?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take it.
You don't gotta carry nothing.
Say less.
There's
Appreciate
that.
you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Ooh-wee.
This is y'all's too. I don't eat. It's funny. I don't eat my own food. So
what you mean? You not finna chow down with
No, I don't eat this.
Yeah.
Let me get y'all a fork.
Base, where you want us sitting, man?
You want to stand?
Right.
Yeah.
Wait. Now that's a little cap though. I mean, I went to class most of the time. To most of the time, turn to sometimes, but sometimes shit happen. Down at my lowest, people they ain't even noticed. Call me a real, I'm a poet. I cop it and blow it. After college was my brokest. Gotta get shit back in motion. Down at my lowest, shit got me feeling so bogus. Know I'm that nigga, I'm goated. I gotta stay focused. Lost it, regaining my focus. Gotta get shit back in motion. I'm out of the way. I need my personal space, so please get up out of my face. A smile on my face, they don't see the smile on my face, and they start getting out of their place.
Yes, sir. Welcome to this episode of Victory Laps Podcast where we dive deep into the stories of heroes, both known and unsung. To my right here, I got Dom, a.k.a. Almighty. Behind the camera, we got Bashir, a.k.a. Bass. Y'all already know All Around Media, man. And we got a special guest for y'all today, man. Today, coming to run his lap, we have a chef, entrepreneur, and philanthropist. He has cooked for NBA legends, other pro athletes, CEOs, more than a dozen of Indiana's top companies. And you can catch him with a couple other million Indy residents that tune in and watch online when he's live every first Wednesday on Fox 59 Indy Now. Welcome to Victory Laps, Tyler Williams.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So on Victory Laps, we start everything off with a victory. So what's your recent victory?
Recent victory, actually tapping today. So I'll be cooking for some Colts players next month.
You want a name drop? You name dropping or nah?
No name dropping yet.
Hey, he the most federal co-host ever, bro.
Hey, you watched the past episode, like, hey, I'm going to
play for the Colts. They're a starter.
No, that's dope though.
So yeah, it's lit. I'm excited for it and like that connection and just growing because it's like every time I look up, it's like a new opportunity.
Yeah, I was gonna say, everybody look good eats.
Yeah,
so come on
so
now.
bigger and better. So yeah, that was just today actually. So I'm excited about that.
So how they reach out to you?
Through one of their friends, and their friends handling it. And they told me what I needed to do, and
where they saw you from or where they caught your.
So the friend, he had my food through my brother. And so he tried my food, been trying to get more of it, but I'm booked and, I can't cook for everybody. So he was telling me like, I want to get you connected. And I'm like, say less, let's do it. But I'm like, I'm the type of person like, once you tell me something's supposed to happen, I let the cards fall and let it kind of, if it's supposed to happen, it's supposed to happen. That's kind of how I think about stuff. And so he said it to me like maybe 2-3 weeks ago. So I was like, okay, well,
come on, let's ride.
So and then he called me today, had a quick little meeting, and we locked in now.
Hey, look, it took us a couple months to finally connect. So hey, it'd be like that sometimes.
So I'm excited. So
yeah, always keeping the faith and keeping the grace.
Yes.
Man, so tell me, man, who is Tyler Williams?
Who is Tyler? I'm a son. I'm a brother. I'm a business owner. I am a person who cares about other people and want to see other people do better. I'm a believer. I believe in Jesus. I'm a boss.
Boss.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a dreamer. I dream a lot. And so I feel like a lot of what comes to me is because I dream and I don't stop at the dream. I just keep going. Yeah, so that's who I am.
You ain't a dream chaser no more. You a dream achiever.
Yeah, so that's kind of, So every time I think of something, I dream about it, I pray about it, and I leave it up the rest to God.
So you talked about like a little bit about your faith just now. Yeah. So I talked to, Elu. That's your cousin.
My cousin. Yeah.
All right. So he said I found that out today. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I called up Elu. Asked him a little something. Yeah. So he told me like you real invested into the church now. Yeah. So your church is, don't tell me because he told me, Kingdom First Christian
Kingdom
Church.
First, yep.
Okay. Yep. So you there? So like, are you a deacon or because he told me you're getting real.
I just became an ordained minister.
Okay.
A little bit ago.
That's a victory lap right there. Cheers with the water, of course.
Not with the water.
With the water, of course.
And so I feel like that's been like, I've gone to church my whole life. I've been to church since I was a kid. But I really never really like tapped into like taking church serious and like being a minister. That was definitely not something I thought of. It was my bishop who was like, Tyler,
it's your calling.
It's your calling, yeah. And so when he told me that, I was like, all right. And so I've been going to this church for like 3 years. I started going during the pandemic. And like when I walked in, like they just care about people. And I felt like, because I had stopped going to church during the pandemic, I feel like a lot of people did.
It was virtual.
Yeah,
YouTube.
Yeah, and so a lot of people, I just stopped going to church. It was virtual, and it became easier to be lazy and not go to church. But every Sunday when I was a kid, I always went to church. And so I catered for them, actually. And I was like, y'all seem like you have a good time. They were like, you should come visit. The rest is history. So now I'm a minister, which comes with like a responsibility. Mm-hmm. Like, gotta watch my mouth. I gotta watch when I post on social media. I don't know if any of y'all follow me prior to becoming a minister, but like, I had to clean up my social media. My name is different now. Right. Just really like becoming the person like that I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, that you gotta you're preaching this, so you gotta
and so
talk
like
that,
being
like
more
that.
professional. Like if a person looks me up, they're not gonna see Fresh A Tyler no more. They're gonna see I am T.O. Will. So
that was your name.
Yeah, yeah, and I had that name. I that name was hard for me to give up. So I'm like, I've been having that
you had to
since
put it in the
high school.
archives real quick.
Yeah, so
you might bring it. Who knows? Hey, might bring it back out. Who
So
knows?
yeah, but now I'm TL Will, and I just try to make sure what I do lines up with what I say and who I am. So,
Yes, sir.
That's dope. Because I was gonna say, that's kind of how I feel like about being a teacher. Like, I just gotta clean up my act, gotta be the straight and narrow. You feel me? Because that's what everybody expects. So
right. So
that's
yeah,
just what
I think
it
that's
is.
I think that's the hardest part.
Right.
Is that people, especially for church, when you become a minister, a pastor, a bishop, anything like that,
And then it's so easy for people to judge you
it's
too.
a judge, right?
It's so
and
easy.
you become a target, not
Right.
only for people, but for it's like spiritual type things. And so
Mm-hmm.
it's like, because of that, you have to like stay on your A game.
Right.
Don't put yourself in situations that would make you look a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go around people who trigger you. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that way you don't have a viral moment on social media.
A 30-second clip.
A 30-second clip of something that happened and lasted 10 minutes. So.
And what's crazy is some people be like, just stay off social media, don't be on there. But it's like, that's hard to do when you're trying to create a business nowadays.
It's extremely difficult.
If you don't have no media footprint out here, it's people not even gonna believe.
They don't know you.
The words that's coming out out your mouth.
They don't know you. Like, social media has taken them. It's a mind of its own, honestly. And so social media has turned into this fact checker and a verification of who Maul is, like who Tyler is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I don't post it on my page, people don't think it's true. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody would think you got money if you don't look like it. If you don't
show the money.
If you don't show it, right? Even though you may know you got it.
Right.
Social media, like, can you verify it? You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
So that's just the world we live in. Social media is not going anywhere. It's just going to be, as time goes on, it's going to be more and more difficult to keep things private and keep things sacred that you don't want everybody to know about.
You're going to always have to adjust to it.
Yeah.
It's evolving for sure.
Yep. And it's becoming more difficult.
Adjust.
So, yeah.
So let's talk Hallville.
Yeah.
What was it like for you growing up there?
Growing up, so I moved to Hallville when I was 6 years old. I just moved out of Hallville a year and a half ago.
For those of y'all that don't know, Hallville is right here in Indianapolis.
Yes, it is around the corner. Everybody knows. Listen, if you don't know where Hallville is, you ain't from Naptown.
Hey, look, I'm not from Naptown, so I did not know where Hallville was.
So everybody knows about Hallville. Growing up in Hallville, I didn't have any issues growing up in Hallville. I feel like it made me who I am today, for real, like a go-getter, wanting more. Because I've always, like, people associated my mom moving us to Hallville like we were poor. We were never, I never was poor. I never had a struggle for real growing up. Of course, I wasn't wealthy, but I never had to worry about food or clothing or shelter. Like, my mom always made sure we were straight. So when we moved out there, people always, they says, like, why would you move your kids to Hallville? That's not safe, yada, yada, yada. I have no issues, none. My neighbors, we were like family. My old neighbor, Miss Tanya, she's still part of our family. But Hallville really just like, it showed me there's more to life than where I currently live at. Mm-hmm. And you can live somewhere and not be of that space. You know, like you don't have to become your environment.
You can stay in your own lane.
Yeah, and so I feel like that's what I did. Even though I was from Hallville, it never consumed me. It never made me do something that wasn't really truly who I was. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I had fun. All my friends lived out there, so yeah.
Me personally, Indiana is like food prison.
Yeah.
Because I'm from Chicago.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah. I got good food in Chicago.
When I first came here, like I wanted to crawl in the corner.
You'll get a fast food chain in Indianapolis.
I promise you, like it was crazy. Like I went home the first time I came here. I didn't go home for like 6 months.
Yeah.
So when I did go home, I went to this new spot. And when I tell you, I had like a tear come out of my eye when I had some flavorful food.
Yeah.
Like,
Indiana is difficult. I tell people all the time, they try to, because people really don't know where Indiana is. I don't know why, but they don't, right? So we have to tell them. And the person says, "Oh, you guys are next to Chicago, Illinois, right?" That's a different type of place. Right. Chicago is not Indiana by any stretch of the imagination. No, even though Indiana is trying to become, or Indianapolis is trying to become a bigger city and more sporting events, stuff like that, we still have a long way to go with food. Just because I feel like there's not been a push for people to have no restaurant chains. So that's why we have so many, because they know they can come here and do well. Mm-hmm. But Go to Chicago, for example.
Oh yeah, your
The likelihood of seeing
average
a change
lifespan.
Yeah,
is
it's
like
just not
3
gonna do
years
well.
before they go belly up.
Yeah,
half
and
the
so
time.
because they want more local, homegrown type success stories. Like their lady, I follow, her name is Cleo Bodega. Food fire. But I'm not saying she wouldn't do well here. She does well in Chicago because there's a demand for it.
Mm-hmm.
There may not be a demand for it here.
You got to create that demand.
You got to create it. That's
baby.
it. So yeah.
So what do you feel like Harvard? Do you how do I say that? Do you incorporate any pieces of Harville in your cooking? Like,
I grew up on like home style type food. So it's like what I cook now is that, and I just elevate it. I'm not a trained chef. People call me chef, and it cracks me up because I'm like, I really don't think I'm a chef for real. I always say I'm a home cook who just so happen to take off. Because being a chef is really, there's more to it than cooking. And so because I've grown up watching chefs, I really have a respect for chefs. And I know that I don't feel like I'm a chef. Even though I am, I don't feel like it because I'm not
just because you got the title, it's like.
Yes, I'm not classically trained. I've never been to a culinary experience. You know, a lot of people like that who are chefs that I look up to, they have been doing this their whole lives. They've gone to school, they've, traveled the world to taste other cuisines. That's not been my story. So I really do cook more like home style type food. We just do it in an elevated way.
Do you think people would like, in the culinary arts world, you feel me? Do you think they would like judge you just because you haven't been here and the fucking France?
I think so, yeah. I think people, it's easy to judge somebody because it's just like, well, why would, especially when you lit. If you ain't doing nothing, nobody really cares.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, come
They're like,
that's
why, that's why they like
Yeah.
that.
He like the Rich Paul of cooking. Think about it.
So just
He
like
ain't
let
go-
him.
He ain't go to school to study cooking.
Yup.
He out here doing his
Yup.
thing.
So it's just like you gotta let
I feel
people.
it.
You have to just let people believe what they want to believe. You know what I'm saying? I know like what I do and what I bring to the table. So if they don't mess with it, that's fine.
Right.
Yeah,
Everybody
for
got their
sure.
opinion.
So yeah, that's kind of how I think about it.
But now you said you was talking about chefs though. Before I go to this next question, you was talking about chefs. So like, who's your favorite chef?
Bobby Flay.
Bobby Flay.
Yeah.
The flame with the.
That's Guy Fieri.
Nah, okay.
Guy Fieri.
What are you talking about? I heard flame. Hey, that's all I had to hear.
Bobby Flay is he's a restaurateur. He's an entrepreneur. He's a boss. Like he really is. Him and Guy Fieri, the dude with the hair that you're talking about, they have turned cooking into a business, and that's what I want to do.
Where might I have seen
Bobby Flay?
Bobby Flay. Because it's damn near sound familiar, but
If you see him, you would
I'm
know
trying to put a
exactly
face
who
to
he
it.
is. Bobby Flay is everywhere. He's been at Walmart. He does a lot of stuff with like the NFL. He does like little cookouts and
I
stuff.
probably done seen
Yeah,
him.
he does. There's no way.
I'm gonna look him up after this.
Bobby Flay is like, but him and Guy Fieri have turned what we do, like cooking, into like a multi-million-dollar business. They're moguls in what they do. They have restaurants at the airport, on cruise ships.
Mm-hmm.
They have lines inside of grocery stores. That's really every chef's dream is
yeah.
to do what they are doing. And so that's kind of, I look up to them a lot.
Yeah, that's dope. I'm gonna tap into him. So we know you wanted to be a chef pretty early. Your mom says she can remember you cooking chicken dinner. So you talk about cooking. You feel like you was a home cook.
Yeah.
That's the chicken dinners was the ones.
Chicken
I know.
dinners, age 9.
So-
Hey, I started cooking with my mama too. Right?
So did you ever consider like culinary art school, like when you applied to IU?
Yeah, I did when I was younger, but then I got like really discouraged because I felt like people don't shed the light on how much money you truly can make owning your own business opposed to working for somebody else. So when you Google like annual salary incomes, you're getting incomes of people who work for somebody else, right? Not saying they're not saying what they make is not good. It just wasn't good for me, right? And so I pivoted for a while and was like, I want to be an orthodontist. And so little fun fact about I look at everybody's teeth. Because I used to want to be a dentist, and that's what an orthodontist is, like an elevated dentist. They just gone to school for 2 more years. So, but then that really wasn't like my passion. Like I'm smart enough to do it, but that's not what I really want to do. And so it just kind of, going to culinary art school was not something that was on my top to do things to do. I already
It
knew
wasn't
how
a
to
priority.
cook. It wasn't a priority. So and the thing was, I knew how to cook, and I know how to cook. So if I do want to go to culinary art school one day, it's gonna be more so of learning techniques and styles and cuisines from other parts of the world that I don't know about.
The different crafts.
Yes. So because I already know how to cook. So yeah.
That's dope.
So your degree is in tourism, events, and sports management.
Yeah.
How did you get there?
I wanted to move to California to be like an actor, right? And so my mom was like, you got to go to school for something. And I'm like, well, I don't really want to go to school for nothing because I just thought when I graduated high school, I was going to move to California, pursue my dream, do what I want to do.
Thought it was sweet.
My mama said, no, you got to go to school for something. So I went to school for business. And then business, I had to take too many math classes. And I was like, yeah, we dropping.
Throwing you off.
Yeah,
throwing you
I'm
off.
like, okay, I don't want to go to school for real anyway. But I got to take a bunch of math classes, not doing it. So I pivoted and I went to tourism. Ended up really enjoying it. I studied abroad in Germany, lived there for 6 months. And it really it made sense. I enjoy traveling. I do enjoy eating other cuisines, like different backgrounds and cultures. I'm still very picky to be a chef. I'm very picky on what I eat, but I will try other people's food. So it's like tourism just stuck. Just made sense.
What type of foods have you eaten?
When I lived in Germany, I ate Thai food a lot. So good. I had some friends who were Indian. I never ate Indian food. I had this like.
I know you had the curry. I know they cooked some curry.
They cooked curry.
I know they did.
I just didn't. I've never been interested in Indian cuisine. I'm still not the biggest fan of it. Food's great. I'm just not the biggest fan of it. And so my friends made Indian food for me. We used to trade off. I cook. They would cook.
What would you cook?
I made lasagna.
Yeah.
Stuff I really wanted to eat.
Right.
I'm like, y'all gonna pay for me to.
Yeah.
I can buy the groceries. This is what I'm eating today, and I would just cook like that. So yeah.
Mandatory.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So yeah.
No, for sure. So, how do you continue to hone your craft and grow as a chef? And what resources do you tap into when you want to expand your knowledge?
Again, I start dreaming of like what I want to do. Like if I think of something, I'll dream like, okay, this is kind of what I want it to taste like. I'll dream about it. And honestly, it comes to me in my dreams. And I wake up and I'm like, okay, this is what I was supposed to do. And I know it wasn't nobody but the Lord like helping me. But I will go to sleep, dream about it, wake up and know exactly what to do. And so then if I go to a restaurant, for example, and I'm like, I know I can make that better. If I taste it, I don't even have to tell you what's in it. I know exactly what's in it because I can taste it. I make it better every time. So it's usually just like me tasting food from other places. And I'm like, oh, I can make that better.
Just grabbing inspiration from everywhere.
Yep. TikTok is huge. So I watch stuff on TikTok.
Pinterest, you be fucking with Pinterest?
Pinterest, I don't really get on Pinterest because it really requires me to download an app on my phone that I don't have.
Yeah, I don't got Pinterest.
Yeah, so TikTok is definitely where I go.
All right. Next question. We got so we saw that you just inked a deal with Coach Wooden in IU athletics, I would say. Yeah. So how did the partnership arise?
So I cooked for Coach Woodson about easily 2.5 years ago.
What event was that?
It was a Goodwill event. And the way my business is, what I do is I go in an hour before your event starts. Usually depends on the type of event. But since it was a pretty straightforward, like set up, walk out, I get there an hour before. And so I had set up and clean. I had got everything ready, and I left. I don't like being at people's events because I'm just like, what I'm gonna do? Stand in the corner, look weird. I don't know none of y'all for real. So I left, and I was like, I'll come back. They told me what time it was gonna be over, so I left, ran a few errands. I get a phone call, and they're like, you need to come back. Coach Woodson wants to meet you. I'm like, for what? I mean,
hey man,
the food good.
You better not for what? You better.
And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, for what? And so. I went back, met Coach Woodson, and he when I met him, he was like, he wanted to meet the chef, right? And so when I walked up on him, I was like, Coach Woodson, I'm Chef Tyler, blah, blah, blah. He was like, you ain't cooked this food. He was like, no way. He was like, no way you cooked this food. He was like, I don't know how old you are. He was like, but you didn't cook this. And I was like, I did. Yeah. And so he was like, I'm going to bring you to IU to cook Thanksgiving for us. And I was like, cool. That was like in July.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you do know Thanksgiving is like in November, bro. So we talking about Thanksgiving in July.
Yeah.
All right. Like cool. You know, I go with the flow. I'm like, if he say he gonna call me, he gonna call me. So a week before Thanksgiving comes, his assistant calls me, like the guy that handles all his business. His name is Nick. He called me, and I'm like, hello? They like, is this Chef Tyler? And I'm like, yeah. This is such and such from IU. And I'm like, they call.
Yeah.
And so we went down there. The menu that they always give the players is like, it's not even like it's a feast. Like it's food, like there's
For days.
And we cook for like days. We prep for like a whole week, getting ready for IU. Right? And so that was my first time doing it. They opened up their kitchen, their athletic kitchen. Like my kitchen is like 5,000 square feet. Their kitchen is easily like 10. Like it's crazy. They got like 20 ovens inside the kitchen, and then when you leave there, it's like 20 more ovens outside the kitchen. It's like really like up
college
there.
style.
Yes, they're feeding a bunch of people.
Yeah.
So I went down there and he told me, he was like, I'm gonna bring you down for IU. I'm gonna bring you down to cook for us. He said, don't come down there playing with me.
Yeah, because he know what Bloomington is. He know what Bloomington is.
He was like, don't come there playing with me. I'm like, I got you. I know, food gonna still be busting. So I cooked, and rest is history. I've been going ever since. Coach Woodson had no one to date, and that was almost 3 years ago. No one to date has tipped me more than he's tipped me.
Hey, shout out to Coach Woodson.
Like he takes care of me. Like he takes care of the bill, which the bill is nice, and then he always tips me whatever he feels like, and they always got a comma on it. So I'm just like, he's been like, I tell people all the time, Coach Woodson has changed my life. Like,
good man.
That's what's up.
He's super nice.
But so what did you cook for him? For the first event and for Thanksgiving, what you cook?
So for the first time I cooked for them, it was barbecue. Like I had ribs, chicken.
So that's what made them call you back.
Baked beans, macaroni and cheese.
Okay.
And then Thanksgiving, they had ham, turkey, ribs. I cook ribs and chicken for him every time. No matter what I'm serving, he always wants ribs and chicken.
They gotta have some meat.
No matter what it is.
Hard pause.
So yeah, they want turkey, ham, ribs, chicken, salmon. We do all the sides. It's crazy.
They having a blast with that for sure.
So yeah.
So let's walk it back a little bit. Let's talk about the Cooking Besties. Mm-hmm. Started in your mama kitchen.
Yes.
300 square feet.
Yes.
Where did you find the courage to finally just go all in on yourself?
And do it.
Yeah.
It really is like, I really just like stepped out and was just like, let's just see how it go for real. Because it was brought up, it was supposed to be, this wasn't my idea. I always wanted to cook, but cooking now was not my idea, right? And so it was a former friend was like, you should cook. Everybody mess with your food anyway. Like, you should cook, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, but cooking at my house and cooking for other people, two different things. Mm-hmm. It really is. Like, if I cook for y'all, cool.
Right.
That's different than cooking
it's
for
people. It's like less expectation.
The expectation is different, right? And then people pay me thousands of dollars to cook. So like you said, the expectation is, I gotta provide exactly what they asked for, right?
Because one bad review
messes you up. And so it's just like, it really is like a territory that I was like, I'm not really ready for that, right? So I really brushed it off. I was like, I ain't doing that. I'm making money with this COVID unemployment. I'm about to sit at home because I got let go from my job. Right. So working was not in my mindset. I was just like, I'm about to chill for a little bit. And so brought it back up and started cooking in my mom's kitchen. I was like, we can do 50 meals. That's our cutoff. We're not gonna do more than 50. Because I was like, between the two of us, we can handle 50 people's food, right? 50 orders of food, right? So our first time we did it, we did maybe 30 something meals. And I was like, okay, that was cool. You know, we definitely hit some hiccups because we had never done nothing like that before. But then as time went on, we cooked every other week. We didn't cook every week because I was like, cooking every week is too much. We cooked every other week. And so just the traction kept building. And then I remember we did fish and chicken. So we would sell out by Wednesday. So we put the stuff out at 12 p.m. on Monday. By Wednesday, we've reached our 50 orders. So we had done this fish and chicken marketing. I was like, okay, we're gonna do this. Y'all, in 24 hours, less than 24 hours, we had done 83 orders, I think, which was well past what we could really do, right? So the line was wrapped around the neighborhood and up the driveway, and ever since then, it was like, it's never stopped. Yeah. So it's just been busy.
It was a go.
Yeah.
Speaking of something you just said, you said cooking every week too tiresome. I was gonna ask you about that later. So cooking every day, how do you maintain a love for doing something after that consistency, those
and
hours standing on your feet.
And it's funny you say that because when I first started, I was like, I'm not cooking every day. I'm not cooking every week. And now that's turned into like my reality. I cook, like this week I was off, which I really appreciate time off because usually I don't have a time off. It's really like, and this is peak season for us. So it's really no stopping until January. So it's easy to do what I love because I love what I do for real. So it's like, even though I'm waking up to a job per se, I love what I do. And this is like my dream. So it's like, because it's a dream, it's because I love what I do. It's like, it's not really work. It's just, you know what I'm saying? It's work because I get paid to do it, but I don't look at what I do as work. It's just like, I'm living my dream.
That's the goal if you want to really be happy for real.
So yeah, I tell people all the time, even on my story, I'm like, I'm going to live my dream. I'm not going to work. I'm living my dream because this is what I've prayed for. So yeah.
That's what I always said I want to tell my kids when I had kids.
Yeah.
I want to tell them, Daddy going to work. He not going to work. He going to play.
Yeah, because you're supposed to enjoy what you do. And if you don't, I tell people, if you don't enjoy what you do, I don't care if it is your dream, right? If you don't enjoy doing it, don't do it no more. Because then you're going to hate it and you'll never do it again and all that. So
then you'll start making decisions that's really not true.
In haste, in anger, just don't do it. If you don't like it, don't do it. So I tell you all the time, no matter what it is, don't do it.
That's kind of how I explain, like, me teaching and coaching. Everybody asks me, like, man, you still, like, I promise you, it's probably 50 people that ask me when they see me, like, if they ain't seen me for a while, they be like, you still teaching? Like, they ask me, like, you still teaching? I'm like, yeah, nigga,
what
I'm
else
still
I'm gonna
teaching. Like, you feel me? I love it, shit.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Like,
people
I
ask me
enjoy
all the
the
time.
kids.
They say, like, are you still cooking? I'm like, what am I supposed to be? What am I gonna do? Like,
Right,
I don't want to do nothing else. I don't.
Yeah.
Of course, I want to do things that are tied to food, but I don't want to do nothing else but food.
Right.
This is what I know.
I'm enjoying myself, teaching my elementary kids. Shout out to them.
Yeah, so if that's what you want to do, do it.
For sure. So what separates the Cooking Besties from competitors?
Ooh, that's a good one. Everything.
Ooh.
Everything.
On the dotted line.
From communication. I have an assistant now, like, who handles all of that. Communication is where it needs to be. I exceed my customers' expectations every time. And so because of that, that's why I have a business and people keep calling me back and it keeps growing. So when you have a business, you have to do what you say you're gonna do. And you can't show up with an excuse. Like, there's no excuses in my line of work. You can't be like, call somebody day of their event, or I can't come in, I'm sick. Don't nobody care.
Right.
Nobody cares about you being sick.
Baby, once that money in.
They've already paid their bill because their money's due 48 hours before the event, right? So what I look like calling you, telling you I can't come
it's
cook.
Bad business.
It's bad
then
business.
your face not good.
It's just a whole,
Face card name ain't good.
It's a slew of things that can happen.
Slippery slope.
Yes. So that's honestly what separates me. I do what I say I'm going to do, period.
Yeah. And that's where a lot of people's businesses, they fail.
Yeah.
Communication is terrible.
Yep.
Business is just bad,
Yes.
period. So then your name not good.
Yeah.
Now you mad because you fucking up on your job.
Yeah.
You feel me?
And so I really don't like to, thank God I've never canceled a catering, never had anything happen, just because people have no grace, right? I could tell somebody ran into me on my way here trying to deliver your food. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? Especially, you've already paid your money. So I can't make my problem your problem. So I got to figure it out, and that's
part
what we
of
do.
business.
Problem solve.
Part of business. So if somebody asked you to cater an event and you could pick any two chefs to cook alongside you, who would you choose and why?
Oh, dang. I would cook with probably Bobby Flay.
Bobby Flay. So we keep hearing Bobby Flay. I got to look up
Bobby Flay is like, he's a beast. Like, he has a show that's called Beat Bobby Flay. You can't beat him.
Beat Bobby. What's it on?
Food Network.
Food Network.
Yeah, nobody ever, like, I
Network.
think out of a whole season, only like 3 people can beat him. Like, he's just a beast. Like, he's just a beast.
So hold on. He winning his own shows?
Oh, he got a bunch of shows.
But you said he winning. He
he's winning. Yeah.
Winning.
Most of the time.
Almost every time.
Every time. Oh, so he's going against
going against other chefs who say they can beat him.
okay.
And he's like, oh, I can beat you at your own game. Like, you go in, and if you come in and I say, oh, my thing is French toast.
Yeah.
He gonna make French toast with me, and he gonna seem like the best one.
So who the judges?
Other chefs.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Other chefs, they don't know who you are and all that type of stuff. But Bobby Flay, he's a beast. There's this Japanese chef. His name is Masahari Morimoto. He's a beast too. Like, I like to go. People that I look up to, you got to have more than me, and like be better than me. And they are two chefs that I know I can't touch. So yeah, they're beasts. And they offer two different things. One's Japanese, one's American. Like, and they offer two. Yeah, but the technique is crazy.
So we said a little bit of the accolades in the intro, and we already talked about you coming from a 300 square foot kitchen. During your journey, was there any point where you really took the time to reflect, time to celebrate yourself, realize what you've done?
Yeah. Honestly, it didn't really hit me until like the beginning of this year, because I've started off my business in 2020, didn't get my first catering until 2021, like my very first corporate catering, and then after that we just like picked up momentum and we've been killing it, right? So when you're in that mode of like sleep, wake up, work, sleep, wake up, work, you don't think about it, right? And so it wasn't until this year when I sat down, I was like, dang, I really did something last year. Like, I made more money I made the most money that I made to date last year. My business, I was cooking left and right for people that I didn't even know. So it's like, now I can sit back and say like, okay, I'm really killing it. I have these talks with myself because I'm just like, it's easy to see like in the world we live in, right? It's easy to look at somebody else and be like, dang, they really killing it. And like for our age, that's the thing with our age group now. There are so many millionaires that are our age, right? And so I tell a lot of people, you can't focus on what they're doing because that's totally different. What they're doing is not what I do, right? Not saying I can't be a millionaire. It's just what they do to get their millions is not what I do, right? So if I try to go out and do what they do, it's not gonna really stick, right? So this year is really when I sat in like, I'm really killing it. And I'm really like, ain't nobody messing with me for real. So
no, that's dope.
Hey, man,
that's kind of how I look at it.
Hey, you've been killing it for a little minute now. Each step of the way though, man. And that's why we wanted to bring you here, man. We want to give people their time to run their lap. We want you to celebrate yourself. Think about how far you come on the path to going even further. You feel me? So that's really why we do what we do.
We're here to celebrate you for sure. Because you're really doing what you're supposed to be doing.
I'm gonna let y'all know right now, this is bust. I'm trying not to eat it because I'm on camera for real. But
come on.
Bust.
Come on
crazy.
now.
Dang, he
Come
said
on
he
now.
ain't messing with lamb chops.
Yeah.
Come on, boy.
This is my first time. And it's lovely. But so speaking of all of that we just talked about, so you pretty much you an inspiration to a lot of people.
Yeah,
so,
that's crazy.
Yeah, and that's dope. Like you're an inspiration. So do you have any advice for young chefs on their way to trying to do what you are doing or doing possibly even better?
And even just like people in general, young people in general, like, of course we don't know like when our last day is, right? So you have to approach everything like it is your last day. But you also can't get so caught up in like what you do and don't have to start. Like if you got a dream, just go after it. Because that's really like what I did. Like I went after it. And your dream has to, what God wants for you and what you want for yourself has to line up. Otherwise it's not gonna work. I don't care how hard you work. I don't care how like good you are. If it's not what God has for you, it's not gonna work. And so I'm not telling people who to believe in or anything like that. I'm just telling you, you need to tap in with somebody and talk to them and figure out what is your purpose, your path, what are you passionate about? Because if you're passionate about something, you're gonna do it better anyway. So find out what truly drives you and wakes you up in the morning and your passion and what you enjoy doing and turn it into a dollar sign.
Yeah, I was gonna say work ethic is top tier. That's really what all it is too. Work ethic. A lot of people just don't got, especially the young cats out here, they ain't got no work ethic.
You gotta
Everything
want
is microwavable.
Yeah,
you feel
gotta
me?
want it. And this is not, and I've had to give myself that speech, like, I can't get everything now, because then what am I gonna do when I'm 50? You know what I'm saying? I still wanna have longevity. I still wanna be able to do some stuff, but if God gives you everything all at one time, you can't even handle it. It's too much. So you just have to sit back and really appreciate what you already have and just let him expand on what it is.
You referenced the man upstairs a couple times.
Yeah.
Your mother definitely told us you've been spiritual your whole life.
Yeah.
She said that even at 2, you would finish gospel songs saying hallelujah.
Yeah, she did say
that. I wasn't ready for that one.
Yeah.
So like, where do you think that love for the spirit, even at such a young age, with that?
I don't know. I just have always been like tapped in. Like I know me personally. I can't do what I do on my own. Even besides catering, I know I can't wake up to myself by myself every day and know it and think that it's me. Like I can't think that what I do is because of me, or even the opportunities, or like I can't possibly think that this is me because I'm not perfect, right? There's been times I've gone and done stuff and I'm like, oof, that wasn't posted. That wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? So I know like where my help comes from, and I know that everything that I do has been order, and like he helps me and creates space for me to be who I am. So I don't know why I've always tapped in, but it's just like it's easy to. Like it's so easy to be like tapped in with him for real. Yeah. Like he makes it easy.
Was there like a certain moment like that you can remember of where like you knew it's almost like you caught the Holy Ghost?
Yeah, I feel like I don't remember when I remember that, but I feel like every day I wake up, it's like he keeps reminding me of like who he is, like and why like he keeps doing stuff. Like I literally pray for like bigger and better. I pray for that all the time. And I was like, I want to like impact more people and bigger contracts and more celebrities. I just don't want to cook for just people. I want to cook for like big people. Not saying small people don't exist, but I'm just like, I really want to take this up, right? That was just last night. And then today I get a phone call from the Colts and doing all. So it's just like,
he real.
Yeah. So it's just like, how could I possibly think that's me? Like, how could I think that I'm just in my room talking and believing in something and then wanting something?
Then it's happening.
And it's happening. And, oh, that was just me. Like, no way. Yeah. No way possible.
Your brother even said that as a youngin', you ain't asked for the same gifts as all the other kids. he said he could distinctly remember you asking for a Bible one time.
Yeah.
And that's just not something that most.
Yeah. I just have always, I love the Lord for real. So it's just like, I've never was the average kid. I ain't play sports. I didn't watch. I didn't do nothing.
You said it.
I watched Food Network.
You said it.
I watched Food Network. I was never the average kid. And so I really didn't like relate to a bunch of kids because I just wasn't the average kid.
I'm finna fact check you now because you said you ain't play sports, but we heard you had a
trash.
We heard you had a little time on the basketball court. You feel me? And a little time on the football field, however brief. You feel me?
2 seconds. 2 seconds.
Your brother said he said you used to dance on the basketball court.
Yeah, I wasn't interested in what was going on.
You wouldn't stick no defense.
Nope. Cha-cha slide.
Coach was like, get him out.
Court.
I just never. Sports are like, I enjoy going to sporting events because like the liveliness of it all, and like I think it's something to like really marvel. Like it really is like our culture and how people really take sporting events serious, right?
And it connects everybody.
Yes, and I like when like the stars, like the celebrities are there. I think that's like when All Star was here, I thought that was lit because I'm just like, this is what it like.
This is what you dream of.
This is what you dream of, right?
It's a party for
us. And so sports have just never stuck with me though. I ain't never been good. My siblings, my older brother Jordan, great at football. Little brother Bryce, beast at basketball. Tyler,
none of them jeans.
None of them.
None of them. The muscles tight. The jump shot.
He said you what was it? You crushed your finger?
Oh, and the helmets. Yeah, never going back.
Bro, I couldn't even imagine.
You ain't want to redeem yourself, kid?
No, there was no need for me to go back and see what that was about.
Too, almost.
Yeah.
I didn't would have been through too.
It never like.
Bro, I broke my finger like 3 times.
Yeah, so you were dedicated. I'm never.
You definitely love it for sure.
Yeah, I'm never.
I was just playing Killer Man before school.
Yeah, I'm not. I can't do that. Like I be trying to chill in football, and people be yelling and stuff. I don't do all that. And then everybody stink. Like, yeah, I'm cool.
Everybody stink.
No business.
Yeah, so yeah, I let them. They can have that.
Yeah. So, speaking of the sports, so Elu told me. don't think you knew this. I didn't. I definitely didn't know this. So he said that you are you on the step team at church or
I used
the
to be when I
dance
was a
team?
kid, yeah.
Okay, so that. But really, he said that you can sing and dance.
Yeah.
So hey, nobody told us that, right? Anybody tell you that?
No.
So you can sing and dance.
Yeah, I sing at church.
Can we hear something?
What can I sing? I don't know.
You gotta get something. You
Do I
know?
sing?
You be throwing them on the spot.
On the
boy.
spot, right?
He's so
I mean, we here.
YOLO.
You don't have to though.
I don't even know what I was singing. I don't even know. No. No. When the spirit leaves me, I'll sing.
I feel it. I feel that.
But no, I sing at church.
Yeah.
I do car karaoke when I'm feeling in the mood for it.
You gonna get married one day?
Eventually, yeah.
You gonna sing the sweetheart song to your wife?
I mean, probably. You know.
Probably.
Okay.
Something like
I told DP never.
Get something. But no, I just like, I feel like as a kid, I used to sing in church, and then I grew up and started singing at church. Now I sing on the praise team. Dance, and I've always been around a bunch of old people, so they be like, come on and dance with me. So
They're gonna push you too. Gonna sing out there.
Yeah. So I got a little rhythm. I can hold a note or two. But
I be listening to gospel in the mornings at school to get motivated. I swear.
Every day. I can't
Boy.
start my day with nothing. I don't know how people wake up to like. I'm not saying rap is bad or R&B. I just can't do it. Like,
See, I do a switch off. I ride to work with the trap.
Yeah.
You feel me? I ride to work trap.
You gotta get motivated to go to work.
Motivated like
Yep.
I wake up.
Yeah.
Now, but when I get to the workplace and I turn on that R&B, you feel me?
It's
Some of
time to mellow out.
that Teddy Pendergrass, you feel me? Some a little bit of that. Slow it down
Something
a little
light.
bit. Yeah, something light.
Yeah.
That Kirk Franklin.
Yeah.
That's what I turn on. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, you trying to Kirk Franklin?
He said, I got the trap on
Got
the way.
to. Yeah, I can't play the.
I ride in silence. A lot of people laugh at me.
I be
I do
doing it
too.
by
I do
accident.
too.
I ride in
I
silence.
don't even know what it be.
Yeah.
I turn my radio
Some days
off.
I'll be like,
Unless I really want to hear something, radio's off. Because I really feel like that's your time. People really underestimate time. We are losing time faster than ever, right? We wake up at 7 a.m., whatever time you get up, and before we know it, it's 7 o'clock at night, right? There's only a few moments you get with yourself. And you have to cherish those moments that you get by yourself. I enjoy being by myself. A lot of people don't like being by themselves, but I really enjoy it because I get to dream, I get to think, I get to talk to myself like, okay, yeah, we can do this will work. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say it's a chance to evaluate.
Yes.
Evaluate your life, evaluate yourself.
Yeah. If I tell people all the time, turn that radio off, turn that TV off, and then focus on like, if you've been trying to do something, more than likely you've been doing it and you haven't done it yet, is because of stuff going on outside. Distractions. Turn your TV off, turn your phone off, turn the music off, and you'll get it done.
Facts.
So yeah.
It's all about starting.
Yes.
All about starting.
Yes.
Me and my little brother just had a conversation last week. We talked about how you need to start your day intentional and deliberate. Some ET, hip hop preacher always say.
Yeah.
So just having something every day that refocus you, that you think about starting your day just to get you
You have to,
in that mode.
because it's a lot. Life is a lot, right? This is a lot. What we do in life, and we ain't even really scratched the surface. We 20-something years old, right? We still got to have kids.
You got a lot to learn.
We got a lot to
learn.
In marriage and all that. So it's just like, we are really only scratching the surface of what is to come. Even whether it's hard or easy, right? We haven't even scratched it yet because we haven't even gone into that field of being married, having children, trying to balance our time between our wife and our children and home life and work. We ain't even got there yet. So if we can figure out this small stuff now, it'll make that other stuff easy.
I know I look back, boy, because I coach high school ball, so sometimes I see my girls and I hear stories of in high school that like the high school's going on now. Yeah. I'm like damn, like this is going down, like And then you think about like your perspective when you was in high school.
What nearest?
And then you just think about it like, damn, like I wish I was doing this and that and the third. Or, you feel me? So just like
it is different, and that's what you just said. Kids nowadays they have way more distractions than we had.
I feel like they got way more opportunities too, though.
They
at
do.
the same time.
They do. It's more resources, more opportunities, but more distractions. Yeah. And a lot of kids,
they don't know how to ignore
they're falling more into the distraction than the resources and opportunities.
I feel like it's because it's hard to keep a child in a child's place these days.
Yeah, because
they want to be grown.
They more tapped into everything.
Yes, and so they have information we didn't. When I was a kid, it took my mama telling me what was going on the news. I didn't watch the news because I'm a kid, right? Now these kids don't even have to watch the news. They got TikTok,
Twitter,
Facebook, Twitter.
yeah.
You shouldn't even have none of that. But whatever. But you got all this stuff providing you with grown people information.
Yeah.
Some things kids just shouldn't know.
It needs to be separated.
It should be separate.
My baby's starting with a flip phone.
With a flip phone.
I'm not getting no iPhone.
And that's the world. The world we live in now is like kids get a kid's iPad.
No, baby, the tablet babies.
Yeah.
But what you gonna get with that flip phone though? You are gonna get some kickback too though.
Yeah.
And then that's gonna cause problems.
No, you ain't. Don't
You
pull
gonna
that.
get some pushback.
No, you ain't.
She ain't gonna want that damn
Keep
flip
it.
phone.
I don't care what the kid want. It ain't about what they want.
But she care. She care, and she ain't gonna go
She
for
not
it.
pulling it
She
out.
ain't
First
going
of all,
for
I want a son first. So I don't care what he want.
Okay.
And then on top of that,
Don't leave that flip phone at the house.
That phone,
They not
for,
taking it
that
home.
phone is for emergencies. You put it, you put it in your book bag, and you call me and me only.
Okay.
You
Okay.
feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
Emergencies only then.
you
Yeah.
feel me?
There you
Like
go.
prepaid
I would say you
plan.
try to give her strictly the flip phone. She's
Prepaid.
gonna get some fight back.
Yeah.
Text your friends
Some
if you
pushback
want to.
for
You're
sure.
gonna run out of minutes.
Yep, you're gonna be all day trying to
You
tap
feel
them.
me?
Yeah.
Shit, my OG did me dirty. She started me off on the phone playing that after 10 o'clock. I couldn't text nobody. It was a little parent.
I don't remember having no.
It was called.
Oh, I had
it
a
was
phone in
called
second
Kajit.
grade.
See,
Yeah.
I had a
no,
phone in
G.
second
I had
grade.
that Virgin Mobile Boy though.
See,
I had AT&T. I had a whole plan.
Yeah.
Pops started me off with the Nokia John, but then
Yeah.
when
Nokia, John.
Moms-
I had that Motorola. I had that.
Yeah.
Moms took control. She flipped over to the parental phone plan. And
Yeah.
After 10 o'clock, I couldn't talk
Raps.
to nobody. On the weekend, I ain't had no time limit. But bro, you know how mad you'd be if you texting your little boo.
Then it hit 10.
Shut off.
58.
I ain't gonna be able to hear from
I'll see you tomorrow.
If you send a text, it'll come through, but I can't reply.
I can't reply. It's done.
It's over.
So yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, it's different. It's different
definitely
now.
different.
Definitely different. Like I got kids in my class now. They be giving me their phone. I'm like, well, you got this Galaxy and you got an iPhone.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yep.
And like you said, they don't need social media, bro. I got fourth graders that they
no
on
business.
TikTok. They finding my TikTok.
Yeah.
I let them, like, I don't let them find my
Right,
TikTok,
but
like,
if you find it, whatever, cool.
Yeah, if you find it, like, okay, you found it. Like,
Right.
I'm not trying to hide from you,
Right.
nothing like that. I
Right.
ain't got nothing to hide.
But why is a fourth grader even interested in that?
Exactly. And
Yeah.
the parents, that's the parents.
Yeah.
We got problems with the parents
Yeah.
because they don't see no wrong in it.
Nope, because they don't want a parent.
They don't see no wrong in it.
Mm-hmm.
But enough of that, man. You know. How important is it to you to open your own brunch spot?
That is extremely important. But I feel like that moment is, I've been talking about this all week. That moment, I feel like God is setting it up. And so I feel like, I just told my mom before y'all got here, I'm like, I feel like the reason the brunch restaurant hasn't opened yet is because God is setting it up in a way where it's only gonna be because of him.
Yeah, it'll be perfect. Perfect
You
time.
want
Yeah.
your name to be out there.
Yeah,
You
and
want
so it's like, I feel like he's getting me to the point where like, okay, he cooked for this person, he cooked for that person, he do this, he do that, he do that, he do that. Boom, restaurant. Because then it'll make sense.
Yeah, it'll
it'll
make
all
more
come
sense.
together.
you pop it, everybody gonna know.
So then,
that's the place
exactly.
to go.
That's
So
the
it's like,
place.
it's like, I used to like dream about it all the time. And I'm not saying I don't dream about it no more. It's just like, I don't focus on it no more. Because it's going to happen when it's time to happen, when it's supposed to happen. So it's like, what I'm stressing about something that he's supposed to handle anyway. I can't, like.
You can't try to control it.
Yeah,
Control
so-
what you can control.
So that's why we do the brunches now. That's how I control it. I do the brunches here, usually like every quarter.
Tell
Just
the
so
people. Let them know. Tell the
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
Let 'em
so
know.
we do a Just Brunching event. We do it now. I do, I don't know if y'all do DJ Solo. We just partnered up for our very first one a few months ago. It was lit. And so we're doing another one in November, working out the dates and details right now. So all of that stuff will be on my social media, his as well. But that's just a way for people to get the brunch food now opposed to waiting for the restaurant per se. So yeah, the restaurant is extremely important to me. That's a dream of mine. It's up there.
Yeah,
with
it's a
dreams.
priority.
It's a priority.
Priority.
So now just build it.
Do you have any failures that you've learned along the way that were, like a pivotal moment where you didn't know if you were gonna keep going? You didn't know, talk about it for the people that's either struggling right now or just scared to start, scared to take that.
You're gonna have
leap.
failures. That is, I don't know what business there is that hasn't experienced a failure. Because if you don't fail at something, you don't know what you need to do different. right? A lot of stuff that we even have in place in reference to laws and stuff now all happen or in effect because of a failure, right? So failure is inevitable. So I definitely would tell somebody like, you can't focus on a failure. If it's gonna happen, you just don't plan for it, but just be knowing it's coming. But for me, I never, when I first started catering, I didn't take catering serious. Catering is it's a different bag. You're gonna make some money catering, but you gotta get up, right? And so people who cater or cook, they don't understand that if you gotta be somewhere at 12, there's no reason why you're not in the kitchen by 6.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to be there. You gotta work.
You gotta prepare.
You gotta get up. And I didn't. At first, when I first started catering, that was not me. I was not getting up. I was staying in bed, catering doing like 4 hours. And I ain't cooked nothing. Clowning, right? So that's definitely a failure because you're not getting up. So then now you're running behind. Yeah. I was late to catering when I first started. You're running behind.
Your mama said time management is the one thing she's most proud of you for as far as your growth.
Yes, time management. Because again, I told you, time is gone. You cannot get time back, right? So like I have catering tomorrow. I've been prepping before y'all got here because I know I want to be on time. And the only way you can do that is if you prep and if you get up. You gotta get up.
Got to.
You gotta get up.
Mandatory.
Yes, sir. Yeah. All right, so I do got a couple of rapid fire questions for you.
Okay.
These questions are from Aunt Sarah. Shout out to TT, you feel me?
From who?
Aunt Sarah.
Okay.
My
I'm about to say, hold on, who gave you these questions?
She recently just started in the journey of releasing her own cookbook.
Yeah, okay, you told me, okay, yeah.
And then she's trying to get herself started on the side, catering and whatnot.
Yeah.
So one of her questions was, how are you coping with this constant increase in the cost of supplies these days?
I just send a bill. I don't even worry about it. Those who got it. Those who don't. Yeah. Like, we're not about to play that bill game. I'm not about to play with you.
And that's, I'm a segue into the next question real easy.
Yeah.
Because it's really on the same principle. She was just talking about mixing business with pleasure, and you cooking for family, and you trying to get that family discount. Yeah. She was just saying, how do you not mix the?
Don't do it.
And that's
you just don't do it. You just don't do it.
That's just the old rule of business.
You just don't do it because if you even like going into business with family, friends, don't do it. Just don't do it because it's going to come a time where there's going to be an issue, and if I have a love for you, right, and you my family, and we working together. Opposed to if I'm just dealing with you and I know you from this podcast, I'd be like, hey, look, Ma, this ain't really what we do over here, right? But if you're my family, I'm like, nah, that's just, they just ain't feeling it today. You don't get to not feel it today. You got work to do, right? So you have a little bit more leniency when it's your family, your friends. You just cannot. Don't mix business with pleasure. I had family members try to for my business, be like, oh, I want you to cook. Here's my debit card. I don't need your debit card for nothing other than to put it in the system to charge it. I ain't gonna do it. I don't do things for people based on who they are. I do it because it's like my practice. That's what I already do, right? So don't do it. Just don't do it.
You really just gotta hold it down because if it is family and it's somebody who love you, they should want to pay the price that your product is because they should feel like they getting the product worth the time.
The funny thing about that is I've not even cooked for half of my family. They'll hire somebody else, and that's perfectly fine. You can't afford me. Cool. I don't find nothing wrong with it. I see you at y'all event and food be nasty. The first thing they be like is, I should have hired you. I know. But we here now, so.
Right. Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah, enjoy the food.
Hey, I ain't mad at you.
So yeah, just
don't do it.
You just don't do it.
Ain't no bending.
Don't let nobody play with you. If it's yours, don't let nobody play with you. And do what you always, what you want to do.
When working alone, how do you keep your pace so you don't burn yourself out with one event?
Working alone, that happens a lot. How do you keep pace? Just knowing I gotta go. I gotta get it done. That's just what it is. So I work faster by myself anyway because I feel like I don't have no help. So if I ain't got no help and I gotta get this done, we gotta go.
Got to.
We gotta go. We gotta move.
Just gotta move.
Yep.
Well, we appreciate you, Tyler, man.
Yes, sir.
It's been great to be in the kitchen.
Yes.
Man, the food was lovely.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Bussin'.
Cooking
Cue
Besties,
this
Chef
before I
Tyler,
leave.
Victory Laps with Chef Tyler and
Yep.
Cooking Besties, man. I'm definitely gonna take this home,
Yeah.
no doubt. I'm gonna have to
Thank
get the
y'all.
recipe, or you feel me? I'm gonna have to pay that check.
Pay
Obviously.
that invoice.
Yo,
Yeah.
to the good noops out there, you feel me?
Yo.
Yeah, y'all
I
know
ain't
what
gonna
time
say
it is.
We got to get that in. Are you Greek?
No.
Not at all.
Oh, okay.
Not at all.
Hey, but hey, man, it's a pleasure. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Victory Laps. We out of here.
Peace.